Greetings, Earthlings. Happy Thursday from Pioneer Town, California, USA. I'm parked up in one of my very favorite places ever. Here behind the general store in Pioneer Town. There's Bertha. There's the store. Red Dog's down that way. And Pappy and Harriet's is right over there. I'm gonna go see a band tonight. I wanted to check in. Some folks have asked a couple things. How do I do coffee on the road? And how do I make sure my van doesn't get broken into? So first things first, coffee. So here's the deal. Here's my setup on the road. All right, I got a little butane stove. Boop, boop, easy peasy. I got a, I don't know, $8 kettle from the old Target. Sits right on there like that there. And I use a clever dripper. I know a lot of people on the road like to use the AeroPress. I find them frustratingly difficult to keep clean or to clean up after, because you have that tube full of grounds and you gotta find a place. Anyway, I find them a pain in the neck. And I don't think they make that great coffee either. I love the clever dripper. It's BPA-free plastic, so it's food safe. Uses a standard Melita number 4 filter, flat bottom cone, and my grinder, my Z-Presso hand grinder, which is just perfection. If you don't have a good grinder and you want to travel, I highly recommend this one. She's fantastic. I also got a teeny weeny little espresso scale. I got this from AliExpress at the recommendation of the Coffee Chronicler. Anyway, so heat the water, grind the coffee, put it in the clever dripper, and the clever dripper is really cool because it uses immersion extraction rather. So you basically you put the filter in here, put the coffee in there, pour the water, and it will sit there and brew like a French press would, fully immersed in the water the entire time. And then when you set this thing down on top of your mug, there's a little valve under here that gets opened, and the coffee releases into the old muggerino. So that's easy peasy. It's simple. 4 minutes. It takes me 20 seconds to grind 25 grams of coffee. The water boils on this thing in like a minute and a half. And then when I'm done, the cleanup involves pulling the filter out of the clever dripper and tossing it in the can right over there, right? Easy peas. And then maybe a little splash of what's left of some hot water just to give this a good rinse. And then hang it upside down on the kettle to drain it. So easy coffee. And this right now this morning was a mystery mix. Meaning, bang. See, that's the other thing about this clever dripper is plastic. This isn't going to break. A French press, most of them are glass. I broke one. So easy, great for travel. Mystery mix is leftover. If I've got some beans, 100 grams of this and 300 grams of that, I don't have quite enough to do a full 800 gram batch of something. I'll throw a bunch of beans together, just randomly roast them all in a single uniform roast and see what I got. This is a really good one. There's some. I do know there's some natural processed coffee from Ethiopia in here, so it's super cool. Second question of the day: how do I keep my van safe and secure? So I installed one of the first things I did when I got the van was I installed these bad boys here. It's a company called let's see what it's called. I forget what it's called. inside the van for the moment. Slick locks. That's what it is. The slick lock. So when I close the van door, this door, this has got a little spot for a key. Well, hang tight. Sorry for the jiggles. There you go. It's secured with a key. It opens with a key, and then it latches over this, so that keeps someone from being able to pry this side door open. I have an identical one for the back door. Right there. Lock it up. If I'm going to go go shopping or just go for a hike for a couple of hours, I can lock the side door and the back door from the outside with those. But from the inside, I have these deadbolts on the inside of both the driver and the passenger door. They deadbolt into the frame of the door itself, and then the locks themselves lock. So even if someone were to bust out this window and try to get into the van, if they were to, bust through here, the thing's deadbolted, like literally right there to the frame of the van. So they couldn't get this door open. Even if they unlocked it, they would have to climb through this window. And at that point, they will have attracted a lot of attention. So I've got both of those on the front and the passenger and the driver's side doors. Well, what do I do when I'm in there at night, right? If I'm camped out, I don't want to have the side door locked from the outside with the slick locks. That's not safe. So what I have very simply on the inside of the van is this little doohickey right here. Just a simple latch lock that keeps the inside of the slider door locked. And on the inside of the back doors, I have a similar little gadget, which, and I'll see if I can find some links and I'll put them to some Amazon stuff. I have this, where is it? Oh, right here. This guy right here. There's a matching side up over on this side, right here. And when the door is closed, I put a little bolt through it and keeps it safe. So if someone were to try to get into the van from the outside, the slider door is latched shut. The back door is latched shut from the inside, and the passenger and driver's side doors are dead bolted. Now, when I'm in there at night, I don't lock. When I'm in here at night sleeping, I don't lock that with the lock part itself. I merely twist it to deadbolt it so I can get out easily if I need to. I also have fire extinguishers. I also have smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector, and a propane detector. So because I do carry a small tank of propane in my van that runs my heater, I want to be ultra safe about all those things. And I also have a vent fan at the top. Last night I did not have the vent fan running, but I did have the vent opened. That let me listen to the trees rustling at night, the owl was hooting out here, and also just get some extra ventilation should something happen to leak in the van. So, that's that. Happy Thursday, everybody. Love you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take care of your people. Peace.